Looking for cheap Madden or NBA 2K coins? Head on over to my sponsor, Bkindel.com. They're currently running a special where my code Bkindel will get you 35% off your order. It's a freaking deal. So just hear me out here. What if I told you that Madden 20 had the potential to be the greatest Madden of all time? Like, I'm talking like content was really good, but we make a few tweaks here and there, and we just completely revamp gameplay. Honestly, Madden 20 was a pretty solid game. Abilities are fun, they're just a little bit OP. And we got the introduction of Superstar KO, which is a new, really fun game mode. But here's the surprising part. What if I told you that EA may have actually listened to our bitching, and Madden 21 could be the greatest Madden of all time?
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
But fellas, Madden 21 is too short, long, terrible, just heartbreaking months away. But we got some gridiron notes going into gameplay deep dive. And the way they made the trailer sound last night, Madden 21 could be amazing. It honestly sounded like they listened to a lot of our complaints. So in today's video, I'm gonna go through it, I'm gonna break it down and tell you why I think this could be. And it took all of 2 minutes for them to mention two things that just freaking sparked my interest. Run defense improvements, pursuit angle improvements. Those were my two biggest complaints throughout the year, is balancing the run and passing game and pursuit angles, making players not seem like they're in Pee Wee football. And we're gonna go into these gridiron notes right here. First thing, run defense. Simply put, stopping the running game Madden 20 was too difficult for most. They freaking listened to us. For Madden 21, we aimed at more balanced pass run. Bro, that freaking just, like, you don't even want to know how tingly I am right now. Pause. So some of the adjustments they made to help balance the running game is force defenders to align on the line of scrimmage at the snap. Will use wider angles at the start of the play to show more anticipation and better pursuit. Better pursuit. I like better pursuit. Prediction to set the edge versus outside running plays. Okay, so it sounds like that the pursuit angles, they're gonna go wider and kind of go into like a contain style, because contains in Madden 2020 just weren't that good. So if they contain to the outside and have better pursuit angles and force runners to go inside, I feel like that has an ability where if you're user in your middle linebacker, you have a greater impact on the play. Hammer and fill players. Who are the defenders in the run fit responsible for the open gaps inside the force player will take wider initial pursuit angles versus outside running plays that will help them get over the top towards the outside and perform quicker and prevent them from getting mirrored up inside by blockers and other traffic. So what I'm hearing is that the stretch will not absolutely kill us, and I will not have to see the stretch 50 times a game. New improved blocking interactions with defenders, disrupting running lanes by pushing blocks further into the backfield during engagement. For this, I love this, bro. Madden 20, the linemen just had their way with the defensive ends and shit. Like, they would push them forward, like you'd be able to get yards no matter what. It was so hard to tackle people for a loss unless you sent everybody. And if you're facing Eric Dickerson, didn't matter. So if the defensive line can just get kind of like push them back a little bit, that's gonna help the run game. That's all I need to hear, bro. Like, I already love Madden 21. Run game, freaking EA, you did something good, bro. Defenders will have better anticipation of the ball carrier's movement by taking smarter angles while / after shedding blocks. So I like this. This all sounds good. That my biggest complaint was the run game. Sounds like they made some adjustments there. They also made some tackling improvements. Defenders will now be much more aware that they are engaged in blocks near a ball carrier, and they will trigger tackle attempts from these engaged blocks inside trenches and open field and back block. Okay, so that's cool too. One thing that happened a lot last year is a lot of time you'd be going towards a guy running the ball, and all of a sudden you get hit by a blocker and they be no attempt to try to tackle them. So if they can come out of a block, because we see it all the time in football, you're getting blocked, you still try to dive and try to take out the ball carrier. So if we can see that a lot, they'll obviously have huge adjustments to the run game. And then location-based tackles. The interactions make our players more aware of their field location and react accordingly, or include the pylon, goal line, sideline. So this is kind of like the important tackle that they were talking about in their stream. While there's not direct button input, the sticks for these tackles, they will be driven by player range, superstar abilities. In addition to the abilities the defenders tackle, holy fuck, that's lettering. Either way, boys, it sounds like a very, very improved run defense is going to be in Madden 21, which is huge. If they can balance it out at all, just make it, even if it's like 60-40 run to pass, I'll be happy compared to 80-20 or whatever it was in Madden 20, bro. That has me excited right there. Another really cool thing that they're adding is zone drop coach adjustments. One of the biggest complaints every year is it feels like the zones never actually play what they're supposed to. Now you have all the control in that. So basically this is going to be an adjustment that you can make in coach, like your coaching adjustments, where you can control the depth of like a flat hook, hook and curl flat zones in increments of 5 yards with up to 30 yards. So that's going to make a world of difference when it stops to stopping the roll out corner, which was in the meta in the Madden 20. So you're able to stop that. You can control how far you want your hook curls to play back. You can control basically everything you run on defense now, and that's amazing right there. More importantly though, like I said, it's going to stop the zone rollout corners. So not only did we get a lot of really cool news about the defense, we also got some on offense. And one of the biggest problems last year was, yeah, quarterbacks, like, you know, almost like the emergency, like they'll throw freaking lasers. No, man, 20, you gotta take your time, make a sandwich, go to the bathroom, then you get rid of it or you get sacked. They've made improvements to that though, where you can now throw out of sacks, but the thing with that is it'll kind of depend like how far you are in your motion. Like if you're all the way out front and you're getting hit, the ball will come out, it'll be a little bit more accurately. But if you're throwing it like back here and you get hit, you have a greater chance of fumbling the ball, or you have a greater chance of throwing an inaccurate pass, which is more realistic football. If you're getting hit, the ball, you have no idea where the ball is going if you get hit and the ball's still back here. So you see right here, the accuracy and the power of the pass are dictated largely by physics. The farther into the passing animation the QB is the point in contact, the more likely the pass will be accurate. So like I said, if you're like out here and you get hit, the pass will be able to get off. It'll be a little bit more accurate than it is if you like passed it from back here. The throwing animations were too slow in Madden 20. Now they got under pressure throwing animations, which it sounds like, by the sounds of things, is they're gonna speed up their throwing motion when they sense pressure. So you got Khalil Mack coming off the edge, you sense him. Aaron Rodgers is gonna get rid of that ball a lot faster than he was if he's taking a deep shot and trying to heave it 50 yards. So you go through here, a lot of this stuff is gonna be accuracy power tuning. I'm gonna leave the link to this in the bio, by the way, guys, if you guys want to kind of go through and read that. But a lot of it's gonna be on max distance, your power, but we gone through the important stuff right there. Another thing that they added, pass interference and illegal contact. Thank God. That is something that pissed me off, is I would get bumped and couldn't get to the ball, but there'd be no penalty. So we also got some defensive contain balancing. It sounds like changeable brain balance by giving the defenders the ability to quickly react to a scrambling QB with an unblocked contain player. Okay, so it sounds like contains are actually going to do what they're supposed to do in contain. It's crazy how bad Madden 20 was with their like logistics. Like just contain. So we also got some player personnel packaging for those who like to get creative with their formation on offense. We've added a new way to use package information subs while using audibles. The pre-audibles system now considers the actual personnel on the field. Your pre-play audibles will now match the personnel package on the field. If you are using 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and information like gun, empty flex, you will be able to audible to any formation in your playbook that also uses 12 personnel. So that was a problem last year. You were very limited on kind of like the audibles you can make next year. Now you can simply come out in any single play in your playbook as long as you got the right personnel on the field. So that's a huge dub right there, and that's going to help for competitive Madden a ton, maybe balance things out a little bit. And another thing that helps competitively and just Madden in general is last year people would run stretch, but they would keep flipping the play back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until they got more blockers than there were defenders on the side, and then run it. That just led to so many problems. That's why the run was so OP. That's why you only saw the run in like competitive Madden and people just switching back and forth, back and forth. But now it sounds like after your first or second time, the offensive lineman will have a risk of committing a false start after use multiple audibles or flip plays. Player fatigue for out position ball carries. So simply put, this is a middle finger to all the Wildcat users in Madden 20. If you got a running back playing quarterback, like Like, they need to get fatigue. You shouldn't be able to run this every single play, so that helps out a ton. I really like this addition too. It's going to make the game a lot more balanced. But this is one of the things that also has me the most excited. Ability improvements. The one thing with abilities last year, it was their first year, so I can understand there being problems with it, but some of them were just so overpowered, and they acknowledged that in the live stream. So that tells me that we're going to get a bunch of tuned abilities. We're getting some new abilities, which could lead to some of the same things, but that also means abilities like the pass rush abilities could be fixed. So what's next? Their next Gridiron Notes will be on Tuesday, June 30th, which is in a couple days, and it'll focus on Face of the Franchise and Classic Franchise. So hopefully we get some changes to franchise, honestly. It'd be about time. But anyways, guys, that is the entire Gridiron Notes that we have from yesterday's stream. And as you can tell, I am pretty excited about Madden 21, and I do think it has potential to be the best Madden of all time. Strictly being is I thought Madden 20 could have been if they made a few more efforts on content, didn't get rid of it so early, and if gameplay was even a little bit good, because they just introduced so much stuff. It was the most innovative Madden we've ever had with new promos. We got new Superstar KO. So if it's similar to Madden 20, but with they don't give up on it too soon, like we don't go 3.5 months with one promo, and if gameplay is as good as it sounds, yes, this could be the best man of all time. We're talking about better run defense. This is going to lead to a more balanced attack, and you actually have to have a creative scheme. We're actually talking about better throwing animation, so we can get rid of the ball a lot quicker. Just everything that I saw from the run defensive side, being able to push the line back, freaking contains playing better, being able to coach adjust how the depth of my zones, that is amazing. So there was a ton of things that I liked from the defensive side that kind of stood out to me, like those coach zone adjustments, like the better run defense. But offense, they didn't talk too much besides the better, like they came out with different block mechanics that they talked about. And the main part was also the quarterback throwing kind of under pressure. The animations are going to be a lot quicker if they sense pressure. You can now throw out of sack, so you don't take 15-yard losses every play if you're trying to scramble out. And also an improvement to abilities would be absolutely huge, kind of making them more balanced. Yes, players with abilities should be a lot better than players without, but it's the fact you only get 3, and those are the 3 best cards on the field because everybody picks the same OP abilities. So hopefully we see those improvements. Madden 21 already sounds like a huge W, and we still got 2 months more of news yet to come. But at the same time, it's EA. We haven't seen any gameplay yet. People don't have their hands on the game yet, which if every man's the same. It starts out, it's so good when it starts out, but then people figure out the meta, people come out with ebooks, people copy those ebooks, and then it just makes the game same old, same old. So yes, I think Madden 21 has the potential to be the best Madden we've had in a long time. But it strictly depends how gameplay is and if EA can kind of improve on some areas that they missed last year, like by giving us more promos and not giving up on the game so early. Like right now, we're 2 months away from Madden 21, and we've had 1 promo in 2 months. So 4 months, we've had 1 promo we're gonna get. That's way too long. They gave up on this too early. But hopefully Madden 21 is a great year. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of the live stream yesterday. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'm out. Peace.